Hi guys, in this quick tutorial on Touch Portal and OBS Studio, I'm going to walk you through on how to create new buttons, changing button states and icons, launch apps using Touch Portal buttons, create new workflows, call workflows using buttons, and then nest existing flow within flows. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. The goal of the button I'm creating today is so that I can press a button on Touch Portal and have predetermined apps open, as well as setting up my OBS so that it is ready for streaming. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to start off with flows, and you'll see I currently have a flow created called Clear Stream VIP. It's a simple flow that I created for a special command on my stream. So I'm going to click on the plus button so we can add in a new flow, and I'm going to call it Stream Prep. Prep, there we go. The first option that we want to do is we want two applications to run. So under the general option on the left hand side, we're going to go to run and open, and we're going to select the first option, which is launch apps and games, and we're going to add it twice. Now I know the apps that I want to open are within the other applications and games folder or genre, and I'm going to select those two. Now if you click on this, it will give you all the applications that's currently installed on your computer. So I'm just going to scroll down up until I find OBS Studio. So I'm going to select it, and it will now show OBS Studio and the version that I want to open. The second program I want to open is Pretzel Rock for background music, and I'm just going to scroll down until I find Pretzel. Now with that set up, we want to allow the computer time to properly open those two programs before we move forward, so that we don't break the workflow. So the way we can do it is under the general logic, there's an option that says wait for timer. I'm going to add one of those, and I'm going to change it from 100 to 5 and milliseconds to seconds, so that now when I press the button or trigger this flow, it will launch OBS Studio, launch Pretzel, and then wait 5 seconds. The next thing we want to trigger in this workflow is to change my OBS scene to my starting soon screen. To do that, I'm going to open the streaming section, go to OBS, and I'm going to say set scene. There I'm going to go on the drop down, and it will list me all the scenes that I currently have set up in OBS. I'm going to scroll down up until I find my scene, which is the starting soon scene. The next thing that I want to do is I normally set my Twitch to only allow emote chat when I'm not live. So I want to disable that automatically as well. To do that, I'll open up my Twitch section, and I'm going to scroll down up until I find the switch emote only chat. I'm going to add that, and we want it turned off. The next option that I want to do is I want to execute my existing flow, which is the Clear Stream VIP flow. To do that, I'm going to go up to General. I'm going to go to Logic, and I'm going to say Execute Flow. Now this will show you all the flows that you currently have saved. So currently I only have the one saved, which is the Clear Stream VIP option. So I'm going to select that. Now when we run the flow, it will go through this list and then also execute the flow Clear Stream VIP, and then continue with what we tell it to do here. So from here, I want to wait another 5 seconds. So I'm just going to change this to 5 seconds. So you can also copy this one over, copy and then paste it down here, or you can select it under the logic wait for timer. Once that is done, I want to go back to Twitch, and I want to clear my chat messages, because part of my code for the Clear Stream VIP, I have some text popping up in the chat. that I want to clear for when I go live. And then lastly, I would just want to have Touch Portal move me from the main page where we're going to set up the button to my streaming page. So to do that, I'm going to go to navigation and I'm going to select go to page, and I'm going to select my streaming tab. I can now save this flow. Another thing that we need to do for us to be able to use this flow is we need to bind it to a button. To do that, I'm going to go to my pages and I'm just going to set up a new button on this page. Once you click on a blank page button, it will give you a new button interface. And the first thing I normally do is I select a button or image for the button. So on the top right here, I'm going to select on button image and I'm going to select icon packs. And I'm currently using the RB Flight Sim pack, and I'm going to select this approach button that's off. So I'm going to just add it. Now what we want to do is we want to have that flow launch as soon as we select this button. To do that, we're going to go to logic under the general tab and we're going to say execute flow again. And now if we select this, we can see both the flows are showing up here. So we just want to run the stream prep flow. So this will automatically allow us to use this button to run that flow, but I always like to add some visuals to the buttons. To do that, we're gonna go back up to the general option and I'm gonna select toggle button state. So that will now toggle the button on and off when you select it. Now to change the icon and the state of the button, we're going to go to the on events section here. We're going to use the event when button state changes, and we're going to add it twice. So when a button changes on and when the button changes to off. Now we can go to our visuals and say change button visuals and add it twice. Now to turn the button on or change the visual, we're just going to select this plus icon here and we're going to say change icon. Now we want to change icon here, and from icon packs, select from icon pack, and then I'm going to select the approach button, which is lit. So I'm going to select that. And then once we switch off the button, we want it to go back to the default state, which is the first button we had here, the approach button. So now whenever we run this or press this button, it will toggle the button on and off and give us a indication of if we've run it or not. I'm going to just apply and save and close. So now we have that button. So if I push an Alt and I click on this button, it won't update the visual, but you'll see it will open OBS and Pretzel Rock for us. So I will get an error to say that OBS is already running, and I'll say launch anyway. So because I already had OBS open, it gave me an error and it didn't execute the whole flow. To fix that and to test that it's working, I can go back to my stream prep, open that workflow. Now we don't want to open these two programs again and wait 5 seconds because we already have them open and we know it's worked, that part is working. So you can toggle these triggers off and save the flow again. So if I run this button now, we can see it automatically went to my starting soon screen and the code has triggered again for the previous VIP. So now we know that that part is working properly. And the other thing that I like to do is I wanted to, on my phone when it moves me to this, the streaming page, I wanted to activate this button, the start button. So to indicate that I'm currently on the streaming or starting soon screen. So to do that, I'm going to right click on this button and I'm going to go to copy ID. And now when we go to our flows and we open the stream prepare or prep flow, we can now go to visuals, or sorry, values and state, button state, and we're going to say set button state by ID. And we're going to select that to on, and we're going to paste in the ID that it gave us when we copied it. And now I can immediately or enable these flows again. So when we run this button, or select this button on the main screen, on our phone it will light up the button, so it will show us the lit option. It will change it to the on state, and it will run the flow stream prep. Under stream prep flow, it will launch the OBS, or launch the program OBS, launch Pretzel, wait for 5 seconds so that these two programs can open successfully. It will then change my scene from whichever stream I was to my starting soon scene. It will toggle or turn off Twitch emote only chat, and it will then trigger my stream VIP workflow that I've previously set up. It will then wait another 5 seconds for this flow to finish working, and then it will clear my chat so that when somebody joins my channel once I go live, they won't see these commands. It will then also navigate on my phone or my device from the main page, landing page, to the streaming page, and then it will also enable my starting button, so I can visually see on which page I am, or scene I am on OBS. So that would be it for today, and if there's any further questions, or if you're unsure on how to do set this up on your side, please feel free to reach out to me in my comment section. I will respond to each and every one of you and help you set up your stream and your automation. Until then, have a good one.